Hello everyone, this is a quick introduction to modules 4 and 5. These are the two modules where you will be writing your first major writing assignment, which is the illustration paragraph. The illustration paragraph is our first assignment that will be graded based on a rubric. So you'll be graded based on not only following the criteria of the assignment, but also how well you are writing. So there's a little bit more pressure on this one to make sure that you do a good proofread of your work. This is also the first writing assignment where you'll really be demonstrating to me your writing skills and what you have learned so far in this class. So we always start with a short assignment. We've practiced descriptive writing in the form of a discussion board, but discussion boards are graded a little bit differently, and there's a little bit less pressure put on you to perfect the final copy. In this assignment, though, you are going to need to show me that you're starting to work through a brainstorm, a plan, an outline, and then a draft of your writing, which is the order that we always go in. And so you'll be showing me this in a short assignment, which is a single paragraph. After this point, we're going to move into our longer writing assignments, which are the two essays for the class. We'll be doing a short essay and then a long essay. So by starting with a paragraph, though, you get the chance to get some feedback on your writing and start to develop some of those skills so that you're improving your writing as we go through the semester. So I'm going to talk through the assignments in Module 4 and 5. Of course, those two will be separate as you go through them. Module 5 will not open until almost the end of Module 4, but I'm going to show you what it will look like because the only assignment in Module 5 is the actual paragraph submission. So Module 4 is really where you're going to spend a lot of your time because as you can see from the overview, I've given you some information. We're going to be planning your illustration paragraph. So the more time you spend really thinking through an assignment and planning it, usually the less time you have to spend actually writing it. So the reading assignments you'll need to do first. Really important reading is Chapter 4 because it talks about developing a main point and then the support for your main point. The only issue with Chapter 4 is that it covers both a paragraph length assignment and an entire essay length assignment. So keep in mind you are just looking at the paragraph examples. We'll write an entire essay later on in the semester, but for right now we're focused on just short paragraph. So if you're having trouble with that, examples of paragraph writing, what paragraph essays look like, paragraphs versus essays look like using illustration, what a solely paragraph assignment looks like, that kind of thing. So these are really good examples to look at. Then the second thing I want you to read is the chapter on illustration, which tells you about illustration writing. So we've read the chapter on descriptive writing. Now we're moving to illustration. Illustration uses examples to make a point. So your overall point will be your main topic, and then you're going to provide 3 examples of that in your paragraph. I have also included in here a lecture video where I just talk through how to write a paragraph assignment with some examples. So that's a really good one to watch as well. So once you've done all the reading, then you want to review the paragraph assignment itself, and you'll see this again in the next module. But basically you have 2 choices. You're writing an 8 to 12 sentence length paragraph. So it's not terribly long, but you do need to really think about what you're going to include. So the idea with an illustration is that you're providing examples. You have 2 choices. Either you can discuss your current career path, so whatever it is, like the major that you've chosen with leading to the career that you want, or if you don't know what you want to do with your life, then you can also, the second option is to write about the examples of why you make a good worker. So similar to what you would do with a resume or something like that when you're submitting for a job application. So a resume is a good example of illustrative writing. That is, we provide good examples for why we're perfect for this job. So in this case, you're not applying to a specific job, so you're just considering characteristics of yourself that make you a good employee. So you choose one or the other, and then we'll start working on the brainstorm plan. I'll show you that in a minute. But the paragraph will have 8 to 12 sentences, a topic sentence, 3 examples, and then a concluding sentence. So that's all you're writing. It sounds really short, but you really need to concentrate and think about what you want to include in the middle. I have an example here. When you download this file, you'll see an outline as well as a final draft. So the outline is just to show you how ideas can be developed into a final draft. So use that to help you out, and also shows you the formatting. So then the next thing you're going to do, once you've done all the reading and you're pretty sure you understand the assignment, you're going to do this brainstorm and writing plan. The brainstorm is to do a free writer brainstorm, which there are plenty of examples in the textbook, using these questions. Now you can just pick one question or more than one question. It really doesn't matter to me. It kind of depends on these last two, kind of follow the second option for the assignment, and the first 3 follow the first option for the assignment. So you pick the questions that you feel will help you the most, and then you're just going to brainstorm or free write some ideas down. The second part of this assignment is to do a writing plan. So you brainstorm first, and then you look back through your brainstorm and decide what is useful for you and what is not. And the stuff that's useful for you, you pull down into the writing plan, and then you're going to tell me what topic you've decided you're going to work with, your topic sentence, main ideas, that kind of thing, and then you're going to submit that. So get this done early, and then you submit it, and I'll be giving you feedback on it. And so by the beginning of the next module, you should know whether or not your plan will work for the assignment, and whether or not there's anything you need to change or work on in order to complete the paragraph itself. So the idea is that you get some feedback and you won't be way off in left field with your topic. I have had some students come up with some very bizarre paragraphs because they didn't read the assignment very carefully. So you submit that, and then the other thing to do in this module, of course, is the grammar review. We're doing run-on sentences. It's the companion to fragments, so we do that right after fragments. Then module 5, which will open up right as module 4 is ending, is to actually submit the illustration paragraph. And that is the only thing you are doing in this module, which means you should spend most of the week writing the paragraph. So first step is to check on your feedback from the writing plan and brainstorm, and then the second step is to actually write the paragraph. So I've given you some help here in the form of, there's some MLA guidelines for you, and this is how you should format using MLA style with the 1-inch margins and the Times New Roman font and all of that, and what it should look like. And then I have the next thing linked in here is the academic support page for Alan, which includes at the bottom the Writing Center. If you are on campus, we have writing tutors on both campuses, and so you're welcome to go and if you see someone in person, if you need help with one of your assignments. And then we also have a link to the online writing lab. And so I encourage you to use this service to help you out with your writing in this class. You can also email me, and if you have a draft of your essay, or of your paragraphs, not an essay, if you have a draft of your paragraph that you want me to look over, it is not cheating for me to look it over before you turn it in. Last thing that you do in the module then is to submit the illustration paragraph assignment. There's some reminders here to double check the criteria, double check your MLA style, and then here's the rubric that I will use to grade your paragraph. And so a really good strategy is to make sure you feel like your paragraph falls within the excellence to proficient category for each of these criteria, because if not, then your score is going to be lower. So typically A assignments will be up here in excellence and maybe have 1 or 2 proficients. B's and C's are in the middle, and then of course D's and F's are down here. So you can kind of gauge how well you're doing based on the rubric itself. So you'll submit the assignment by clicking on Start Assignment, and that is the final draft that you'll submit that I will grade using the rubric. So hopefully you're doing okay with the assignments. Module 5, we've got 16 modules, so we're sort of the third of the way through the semester. And we are really getting into the major writing assignments for the class. So at this point, things will start to get a little bit more difficult. So if you're struggling or confused, please reach out to me in an email, and I hope you are having a great week.